history of Shaka Zulu, the legendary warrior king of the Zulu people, is well documented in the annals of African history. However, what remains largely untold is the story of his enigmatic spiritual guide, a mystic known only as Nkosana of the Veil. This figure, whispered about in obscure oral traditions and concealed within coded Zulu folklore, was believed to be the unseen force that shaped Shaka into one of the most formidable leaders in world history. Nkosana was said to have appeared to Shaka during his youth, long before the young warrior had consolidated power. According to the secretive oral traditions of the Abantu Bomlambo, the people of the waters, Nkosana was not an ordinary man but a spirit warrior, a being who had transcended the boundaries between the physical and spiritual realms. Legends say he emerged from the depths of a sacred lake near Kwabulawayo, a site known to be a portal between worlds. Those who witnessed his arrival described a towering figure draped in luminous animal skins, his eyes holding the secrets of time itself. Shaka, already an outcast due to his mother's exile, encountered Nkosana during one of his solitary excursions into the wilderness. The spirit warrior spoke to him in the tongue of the ancients, revealing prophecies of his future reign and instructing him in the forgotten arts of battle, strategy, and spiritual warfare. Nkosana's guidance extended beyond mere military training. He taught Shaka the 5 sacred doctrines of the spirit warrior, which became the foundation of his rule. Ubunzima, or the weight of leadership, is the first doctrine. A king must carry the burden of his people, never allowing emotion to cloud judgment. The second doctrine is Ukuzwana Nezulu, meaning harmony with the heavens. A warrior must understand the balance between life and death, knowing when to fight and when to retreat. Amandla Nkondo, which means the power of the mind. Victory begins in the mind before it is won on the battlefield. Izwe Likankulunkulu, or the land of the divine. The spirits of the ancestors must be honored, for they whisper wisdom to those who listen. Ubufakazi Bokufila, translating to the testimony of life. A great leader does not merely conquer, he shapes history and leaves behind a legacy. Under Nkosana's tutelage, Shaka developed a revolutionary approach to warfare, incorporating tactics that would later transform the Zulu military. The famous buffalo horn formation, a strategy that encircled and overwhelmed enemies, is believed to have been inspired by spiritual visions revealed to him by his mystical mentor. Armed with both physical prowess and spiritual knowledge, Shaka embarked on his journey to unify the Zulu clans. With Nkosana at his side, he defeated rivals who sought to diminish his claim, employing psychological warfare that often left enemies demoralized before a single spear was thrown. Armed with both physical prowess and spiritual knowledge, Shaka embarked on his journey to unify the Zulu clans. With Nkosana at his side, he defeated rivals who sought to diminish his claim, employing psychological warfare that often left enemies demoralized before a single spear was thrown. The mystic's influence extended into political strategy as well. He advised Shaka on forming alliances, understanding the deeper motivations of his adversaries, and using symbolism to solidify his authority. The legend of Shaka's invincibility was largely due to the spiritual aura Nkosana cultivated around him. The warriors of the Zulu army believed that Shaka had been blessed by the gods and that his guide was an Isituniwa, a divine messenger. Some whispered that Nkosana was not a man at all, but an ancestor reborn, sent to ensure the survival of the Zulu people. As Shaka reached the pinnacle of his power, Nkosana is said to have vanished. Unlike a traditional disappearance, where a man might leave footprints or remnants of his presence, Nkosana left nothing behind. The elders who spoke of him claimed that he walked into the shadows of time, returning to the spirit world from whence he came. In his final meeting with Shaka, it is said that Nkosana warned him of his eventual betrayal. He spoke of the serpents in the grass, a metaphorical reference to those within his own ranks who would conspire against him. Despite his unmatched power, Shaka failed to heed the full extent of Nkosana's warning. The betrayal came from within, as his half-brothers, Dingane and Muslangana, orchestrated his assassination. On the day of his death, some say a spectral figure was seen standing on a nearby hill, watching silently as Shaka's era came to a tragic end. On the day of his death, some say a spectral figure was seen standing on a nearby hill, watching silently as Shaka's era came to a tragic end. Although Shaka Zulu is remembered as one of the greatest African leaders, Nkosana's story remains largely unknown outside of secretive Zulu traditions. Some believe that his spirit still lingers in the sacred places of the Zulu nation, guiding future warriors who seek wisdom beyond the physical realm. There are those who claim that his teachings did not die with Shaka, but instead live on in hidden texts, passed down by a secretive order of warrior priests known as Abafansi Bokolonga, which means the hidden ones of righteousness. Modern Zulu warriors and historians have sought traces of Nkosana's legacy in caves, rivers, and ancient battle sites, hoping to uncover evidence of the man who shaped an empire. To this day, the question remains, was Nkosana a real historical figure, or was he something more, a legend, a spirit, or perhaps even a guardian of time itself?